Hi, Year 10s. Continuing on with financial maths at the moment, we're looking at 1B applications of percentage. Much like our last video, there's going to be a couple of notes you need to copy in, and then we'll go through some examples and there's some questions for you to do. All right, so jumping into the key ideas, we're looking at selling price following a discount, selling price following a markup, and determining the percentage of a profit or a loss. Okay, a profit occurs when the selling price is higher than the original price, and a loss occurs when it's lower. Okay, so the key things I want you to get out of this are selling price after a discount, selling price after a markup, and percentage of profit or loss. Okay, we're going to go into more detail in all of those. But basically, to work out the selling price after a discount, there's a formula you need to follow. To work in the selling price after a markup, there's a formula as well, and then there's a formula for percentage of profit or loss. Okay, so basically a markup is when it is made more expensive, and a discount is obviously when it's discounted and cheaper. We'll jump into the examples. That should make a little bit more sense on the next slide. Okay, so we're looking at calculating a percentage discount. The question here is calculate the selling price after a 17.5% discount on a necklace. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is putting it into that formula that's from the key ideas. The example that they have given in the book isn't as streamlined as I would like, so we'll quickly go through it and then I'll show you the quicker way of actually working it out. You're kind of skipping a step. But basically, you're putting it into this formula here. So the selling price is 100, take away the discount, and then converting that to a percentage, and that gives you the amount. So you've got 82.5% because 100% take away your discount of 7.5 leaves you with 82.5% of 229. You need to convert that to a decimal, which is what they've done here. So they divide that by 100. So it's actually 0.825 times your total amount, and that gives you the answer. Okay, so you need to go 100, take away your discount, and then times that by 100, divide it by 100 rather, to give you that as a decimal, and then multiply that by your amount. Now, it's a little bit confusing in this point here, so I'm just going to show you an easier and quicker way of doing it. Okay, it's the same thing, but it's just skipping one of the steps. Okay, so we're looking at selling price. So we're looking at this question 2 over here. So selling price. You'll have to excuse my writing. So all you have to do is, you've got your 100, take away a discount of 25, divide that by 100 straight away, and then times it by our amount. Okay, so it's essentially doing the same thing, but you're combining the steps. So it's 100, take away 25, divided by 100 times 185. And the answer is 138.75. Okay, so again, you've got 100, take away your discount amount, and then divide that totally by 100. So you're going to do this part first, the whole thing, and then multiply it by your amount. That gives you the answer. Okay, so for question 2, that's all you're going to have to do. All right, so 100, take away whatever discount you've been given, divide that by 100, and then multiply, by the amount you've been given. That's for a discount. Okay, so any of your questions that talk about a discount, you're going to take away from 100 like we've done here. Okay, because your discount, it's going to be less of a percentage. The next slide is where we're looking at calculating after a markup. Okay, so the same thing. I'm just going to go straight into my example because it's a little bit quicker. You can have a read through this. It's the same thing. But this time, instead of taking away, because it's a discount, we're actually going to mark up. So it's going to be more expensive. All right. So in that case, our equation is going to look like this. Excuse me. We've got of a markup. Markup is 100 because that's the original percentage, plus the 35% markup, which is here, 35. Divide that by 100 again, and times by amount, 340. Okay, which gives us 459. Okay, so again, same thing. All you're doing is you're adding your percentage markup, which is 35% here, to our original 100%. This point, work that out, do it on your calculator. Green calculator does it more than enough. You don't need anything else. And then times it by our amount. Okay, so the selling price after a 35% markup on $340 is $459. Okay, so 100, which is your original percentage, plus your markup divided by 100, which gets it to a decimal, then times that by 340. That is how you work a markup. So the discount and the markup are relatively similar. It's just one's a plus, one's a minus, depending on if it is a discount or a markup. Okay. One more example of the next thing we're going to be doing, and we're looking at the profit or loss percentage. Okay. So here is our question here. To work out the percentage of profit or loss on the original price, you put it into this formula. Okay. So profit or loss divided by the original price times 100. And here's our question here. State if a profit or loss has been made and determine the amount, and write the profit or loss amount as a percentage of the original price. Okay. For A, clothing is bought at $84.95 and sold for $53.60. Straight away you can see that it is a loss because it's gone down. Okay, so it's a loss of, how much have we lost? $31.35. Okay, so that's I done. Now to work out the second part of this question, write the profit or loss amount as a percentage of the original price. That's where we're going to look at this here. Okay, so what's our loss? Our loss is $31.35 over our original price, which was $84.95. You work that out and times it by 100. So that gives you 36.90, and it's that percentage, okay, because your answer is going to be percent. You're working out the percentage of a profit or loss. So we had a 36.9% loss. Okay, so that's how you work out percentage of profit or loss. First of all, you have to work out whether it's a profit or loss and the amount of that. Put that over the original price and then times it by 100, and that's how you work out that part. So for this, you've got question 5B, C, D, and E. Obviously, we did just question 5A, so you don't have to do that. And that's all you've got for chapter 1B. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you.